'Tis gorgeous.
This is the beginning.
In her heyday, she was the nautical symbol of industrial might, a dream of America's most famous naval architect, William Francis Gibbs, an accomplishment of 3,000 employees of Newport News Shipbuilding.
The United States was launched.
In June of 1951, she was christened the Pride of Maritime America. 1 year later, this greyhound of the seas crossed the Atlantic at a record speed of 35 knots. Her last master recalls 14 years of cherished memories.
My most memorable voyage was the voyage that I relieved John Anderson for as master of the ship.
In July of 1966, Commodore Alexanderson began overseeing a crew of 1,040. One of them, his chief steward, died at sea.
Pete was a great guy, he really was. He was very, very loyal, and he would look after you as though you were his son.
During the ocean liner's 2.7 million miles at sea, the Commodore greeted international politicians and stars from Tinseltown.
We brought President and Mrs. Eisenhower back from Europe. The Duke and Duchess of Windsor used to travel with us east and westbound. We carried John Wayne, any number of movie stars, Olivia de Havilland, Joan Crawford.
They were among the 1,700 who wined and dined aboard the Big U each time she set sail. But by 1969, Her Majesty was losing millions. She ceased cruising and headed back to Hampton Roads.
She made it! 'Tis gorgeous.
This is the beginning.
The 53,000-ton faded luxury liner was towed into the Sea of Marmara just 35 days after embarking on a journey to her new life.
She made it!
That's right. Everybody was saying they couldn't tow her over here. They'd lose her at sea and so forth.
Thrilled would be an understatement for the cruise ship's last skipper, who welcomed the Big U to Istanbul with the ship's new co-owner.
We bought it, we towed it, and now we got to fix it.
You can see she took a beating at sea the way she's beat off all the paint on the side.
Restoring that paint is just part of the $140 million facelift in store for the once elegant ship. Mayor chose Turkey because her ships are among the finest.
I knew that the Turks have a wonderful sense of accomplishment. They're very proud people and they know how to do a good job. Here, I think in Turkey, we can really build a ship at a reasonable price.
Unlike shipyard workers in America, full-time carpenters, welders, and engineers here in Turkey are paid on a monthly basis. Their salaries range between $70 and $200 per week.
Mesela burada ödediğim maaştan memnun musun?
But many like Recep Atak are very happy. He's worked for Karaman Sarikola for 15 years, supporting 5 members of his family on $700 a month.
Kahraman Bey nasıl bir boss?
Kahraman Bey çok iyi bir patron.
He's a wonderful boss. We're all very happy. We have 320 people that work here day in and out. We all stay here, and we will do anything for Kahraman Bey.
During our visit, Karaman had given the employees 1 week off and 1 month's pay for the magnificent job they had done in refurbishing the former president's yacht.
She made it! 'Tis gorgeous.
This is the beginning.
When the Turks christen a ship, they do it in a big way. Turkey's president and assistant prime minister joined 600 guests. The occasion, the inaugural gala for the former president's yacht. During the Savarona's maiden voyage, Karaman Sarikola swelled with pride as he told me about his new venture.
We build only the cargo ships, not the passenger ship. This is our first boat, like a passenger concept, and the United States, it will be the second ship.
And the Savarona's launches a new type of business, private charters aboard the yacht. Of the 19 suites on board, the most sacred is the Ataturk suite. It's a museum featuring authentic furnishings of the late father of modern Turkey. complete with photographs of his burial in 1938. It took the Turks 3.5 years to refurbish the Savona. Showcasing its history and intricate detailing were challenging for one British designer and 150 Turks who didn't speak English.
They've got to reinvent the wheel for every job they do.
This British yacht designer says learning about the Turkish bath or hamam was the highlight of his job.
They disappear into either the steam room or the sauna.
And you sit down here with this thing wrapped around you, and you take this bowl and you dish the water over yourself, right? You just pour it over yourself. And then some guy comes up with a big loofah and he rubs you down and he takes layers and layers of skin off you.
Then it's time for another trip to the steam room and
You come back here, wash yourself down again, and then he puts you on this marble slab. And when he puts you on this marble slab, he does the worst things in the world to you. He breaks your bones, right?
the breaking of your bones is the traditional Turkish body massage on marble.
She made it!
She's gorgeous.
This is the beginning.
During the 17 years she reigned as Queen of the Atlantic, the Big U carried more than 1 million passengers. One Yugoslavian immigrant who made the transatlantic journey in 1963 dreams of restoring her grandeur.
The ship will have 1,000 cabins. It'll keep its engines. It'll have the capability of steaming at 28 knots with 2 propellers. And it will go into the cruise business. $2,600,000.
Fred Mayer's love of antiques and attachment to the SS United States led him to buy it at auction in April for $2.6 million. The New York cruise executive is optimistic about the venture because he's found the right partner, the owners of Turkey's largest and oldest shipyard.
The idea is not the scrapper. Idea is to bring the United States back to the life.
Now that the SS United States is here in Istanbul, a team of investment bankers must secure financing for its overhaul. Mayer estimates the refurbishment could cost more than $140 million. That's 35% to 40% cheaper than shipyards in the United States and Europe. But the bankers on a fact-finding mission in Turkey say it won't be easy. They've already started contacting domestic and international firms.
Probably a half dozen but this is early on. This really just indication for interest and feeling people out on the prospects.
Basically put together the structure early, and then we go out and raise the senior debt, subordinated debt, credit support vehicles, equity, etc.
So far, $6 million has been committed toward the ship's renovation. The bankers hope to raise the rest by September.